Hello and welcome. I'm just going to be talking very quickly about the build I'm using for Monk right now as of patch 2.0.1 called Cyclone Strike. So what I've got is I've got Fists of Thunder Quickening because it generates some extra spirit for each enemy hit, critical hit. I'm using Cyclone Strike with Sunburst. And this is the core of this ability. This is why I call it the Cyclone Strike build, because this is where all of your damage is coming from basically just spamming Cyclone Strike over and over again. And I've got Mystic Ally, and it says Air Ally, which says an Air Ally fights by your side that increases your spirit regeneration by 2. The ally deals 40% of your weapon damage as physical per swing, and when the ally dies it is reborn after 5 seconds. So it's just a constant guy who's always there to help you out. And then Breath of Heaven with Blazing Wrath. It says Blazing Wrath basically, let's read it to you. It says Breath of Heaven increases the damage of your attack by 10% for 9 seconds. Okay, so it's just a damage boost and also a heal as well. And then Sweeping Wind in a Storm. So it says, as long as your vortex is at a maximum stat count, you gain 4 spirit per second, which again is more spirit regen. And then Mantra of Healing with Circular Breathing. It says Mantra of Healing also regenerates 3 spirit per second. And then you have my passive skills or Chant of Resonance. So spirit costs of mantra activation effects are reduced by 50%, and you gain 2 spirit every second when you have mantra learned. Exalted Soul, it said increases maximum spirit by 100 and increases spirit regeneration by 2. And Guardian's Path, it says when dual wielding you gain 15% dodge. When using two-hand weapon your spirit regen is increased by 35%. Now, the good thing about this build is that the amount of spirit regen is just it's like really high, basically, simple as that. So you can see here, spirit regen per second 10.75, maximum spirit is 250, and it just means as well that you will be able to hit Cyclone Strike kind of a lot. And one thing I have done as well is I've already now played through all of Act 1 using this build. It's working really well for me so far, like surprisingly well. So I would recommend checking it out. And some people on the PTR were trying this at level 70 as well, and it seems to work really well for them as well. So this is hopefully future-proof for the expansion. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to teleport here and just show you it in action. And that will be it. Now these videos on my channel are new for Diablo 3. Usually I cover Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn, but I just wanted to try another game. I decided to come back to Diablo 3, at least for now, just to try out the patch. I used to play it years ago, and I thought, why not? You know, let's get back into it, because the expansion is looking promising. And I can show you as well that by playing through Act 1, I was actually able to find maybe 4 or 5, maybe even more upgrades for my own character completely by myself. I didn't have to buy them or anything, they were just there. So it was pretty awesome being able to do that. So the Loot 2.0 system does work really well. So you know, I am very happy with it. So yeah. So anyway, the point of this build is just wait for your spirit to oh, I got frozen. Is wait for your spirit to refill, and then just spam Cyclone Strike. I try not to get enclosed in as well by the monsters. Okay, so you can see easy peasy, no effort at all this, you know. It's not like I haven't got the best gear ever, not at all, not even close, so. And I found that this build is very reliable, so I'm going to quickly after this show you my gear as well. So you can see how quickly my spirit is filling. and how hard Cyclone Strike is hitting even with kind of bad gear. So yeah, so that was it in action. Very simple. You see spirit refill so quickly. I can spam. You could get off maybe 3 or 4 Cyclone Strikes in a row super fast, and then just refill it and do it again. And as you saw as well, my Cyclone Strikes were critting for about 450k, which is very nice. So I've got 70,000 damage, 987 toughness. It's just random, from random gear I've picked up in the last day, literally. Like when I came back to this game, I had no gear because I had sold everything. Got healthy bank balance, so I can buy whatever from the auction house. But I decided, really, I picked up the cheapest stuff ever. Like things will cost me like 2,000 gold or less. So, and then the items I picked up so far in game, I picked up this one from the Skeleton King, the Won Kim Lao. And this is good for Monk as well, because what you can do with this build is you can just switch Cyclone Strike to, rather than being Sunburst, to being, let's see. Sorry, not Cyclone Strike, what am I talking about? I mean Sweeping Wind. You can switch Sweeping Wind to be, to have the vortexes. So this one, you can just change it to Cyclone, and then the Won Kim Lao will help you because it has 20% lightning damage increase. And another item I picked up in game was this chest piece that just rolled. It just randomly dropped for me. It's quite nice, and I have upgraded my chest piece maybe 3 times just doing Act 1. And this is quite a nice chest, as you can see. It's like, see, 212 dex, 195 vitality, 78 all resist, 124 regen, you know, so it's like all useful stats. And what you can do as well is you can actually find out what the items can roll just by holding control. So by holding control, you can see that this chest can roll between 200 to 219 dex, between 180 to 199 vitality, and between 41 to 80 all resists, from 121 to 144 life regen. So now what they've done in the game is they basically made it that the stats roll in a much smaller bracket. So before, it would literally roll from like 1 to 200 dex, whereas now it's only from like 200 to 220. So the chances of you getting useful loot is way better with the loot 2.0 system. And the legendaries are just amazing. So I picked up these 2 legendaries just by doing the Skeleton King, which you can see in my other video. And so you see this one here, 419 dex, 310 vitality, attack speed 6. And now the important thing about this is the actual extra that you get because it's a legendary. So it says prevents all arcane damage taken, heal yourself for 24% of the amount prevented. So what that means is arcane damage is that when you have arcane enchanted packs, you know, the elite packs, and they have all of those arcane, you know, the pink lines which rotate and damage you so much, this one amulet nullifies their damage completely. And it actually, not only that, it actually then gives you 24% of that damage back as health. So every time I faced a like elite pack which were arcane enchanted, that I was actually really happy because I've got this item to make it completely switches the everything into your favor against those sort of packs. So especially if you're frozen or if you're trapped or whatever and they have arcane going off everywhere, then this will really help out. So this was a really awesome item to get, and that was just from Act 1. So I'm very curious to see how much of an increase I can get just farming loot myself in patch 2.0.1. So all I will say to Blizzard right now is good job on that. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you would like to see me do more Diablo 3 videos in the future, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you like my way of doing things. And also as well, I have added the expansion pack to my Amazon wishlist. So if anyone would really like to support the channel, see me get into the expansion, see me play it, try it out, and I'll probably be sticking to Monk as well, then you know, feel free to check out my Amazon wishlist. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, so Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.